All right, welcome back to another episode of One Day Build. Let me just start off by saying that it was not my intention to make another Guardians of the Galaxy or Star-Lord related build for this episode. But after the success of the last one, I thought a lot of people responded well to it, and I was happy with the way the mask came out that I decided to make my own little quick fan film. I threw together some other little props, and what resulted from that was Star-Lord gun. And this is basically it. As you can see, it's again not an exact replica of the one that's in the movie, but it looks enough like it to where if people see it, they're going to kind of recognize it. So if you're going to do just like a cosplay, or if you want to make your own little short fan film, and you just want to build it fast and cheap, I think this will probably work out for you. All right, so these are the materials we're going to use. As you can see, there's very few materials that you actually need. This is a really simple, really cheap build. Again, dollar store squirt guns. It doesn't have to be this particular gun, I guess. What really ties it all together and makes it look like Star-Lord's gun is the shampoo bottle, this dollar store shampoo, just because of the shape and the size. And I'll show you what I mean later. Dollar store thimbles, and that's about it. Other than some materials which I always use, like the plastic weld, 2-part epoxy putty, and the aluminum duct tape. Tools you'll need: an X-Acto knife, your rotary tool, and hot glue gun. Okay, so take one of your squirt guns and go ahead. You're gonna have to cut the handle off of it, basically. So make some marks or some lines using a marker or a pen where you want to make your cuts, and then grab your rotary tool and let's get cutting. All right. Once you finish that, that's about what you're going to have at the end there. And basically, then we're just going to be gluing one to the other like that. All right, let that dry. It's only take a few seconds, but it's not going to be, it's not real sturdy. You know, it's just going to kind of hold it into place, and then we're going to kind of reinforce it using the plastic weld. Cut yourself off a little chunk of the plastic weld, and let's get that foil. And as I said before, this stuff works really well when you wet your hands. Keep your hands wet, and then it doesn't really stick to your fingers, and you can shape it and smooth it really easy. Make sure you knead it really good so that the two colors become one solid color. You don't want it to be marbled at all. Otherwise you didn't get a good enough mixture, and then it's not going to cure properly. That's pretty good. There's no marbling there. One solid color. It should be perfect. And then just apply it to the gun. Fill in that space, that gap that's in there, and then just kind of sculpt. And once you apply that and get that kind of the shape and stuff that you want, kind of smooth it off, go ahead and let that sit for about 20-30 minutes, and while that's curing, we'll work on the shampoo bottle. Measure that, cut it up. All right, so now once you've emptied out your shampoo bottle, and you get a whole bottle of shampoo out of it. Hey, that's awesome. Then what you want to do is measure off. So you're going to cut the bottle in half. So you have one for the top, one for the bottom. I decided to actually make the top one a little bit bigger than the bottom. I measured, it was about 1.5 inches this way, and just below kind of the notch on the the bottle on this end. So we're going to go ahead and cut this in half. And actually, kind of a easy way to do that. It's kind of hard to hold a ruler or a straight edge on this because it rolls. Kind of an easy method is actually just use some painter's tape and use that as your guideline. Make sure you do that on both sides, and then we'll just start cutting. All right, now you got your two halves. As you can see, again, one's a little bit thicker than the other. This is going to be your top, and that'll be your bottom. Just like that, basically. All right, so you take the gun, and this is just going to fit. In fact, the way this kind of works, it kind of snaps right into place. And we're just going to use a little bit of hot glue to kind of hold it together. But that's how well actually it fits with the way the barrel is and the way the nozzle just so happened to fit that it's kind of almost fits perfectly. All right, for the trigger guard kind of extension here, I wound up just using a piece of plastic tubing that I had lying around. You could probably also use just like some popsicle sticks and some of the plastic weld and kind of sculpt it yourself, or just glue some of the popsicle sticks together, about 3 or 4 thick, and you could probably create a little piece the same way. I think would work just as well. I just happen to have this piece kind of lying around, this piece of scrap, so that's what I used for that. To fill in the hole here, you could probably use some cardboard, or I just had some extra craft foam I just kind of stuck in there. Yeah, we're going to glue on the shampoo bottles and then throw a coat of paint on it, and we should be ready to start adding the last few little details, and then we'll be done. Give it a couple of coats of like a primer, black primer, something that's kind of flat. I mean, that's what I use. If you want to have a different look, that's totally up to you. But yeah, I use Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover paint and primer, like a flat black. And then I'm going to give the shampoo bottles, just that area, a coat of this. It's just a Rust-Oleum metallic. It's got kind of a cool finish. It's a black metallic, but I think it gives it kind of a neat look. just add that metallic tape to create that metallic design. I didn't use any specific measurements. I just kind of eyeballed it, what I thought looked cool. And then kind of give it with either a thumbnail or an eraser or even just the blunt end of the X-Acto knife. You can kind of blend in, get rid of all the creases and the bubbles, and yeah, it gives it kind of a cool metallic look, real cheap, real fast. Take the thimbles that we bought, and 2 of them per gun, and we're actually going to glue these onto the back of the gun on the top and bottom, because there's a little doohickey on there. It looks kind of like just a silver kind of cap, whatever, on either end. Because there's a little bit of a slope on the actual gun itself. It's not flat. We're going to bend the thimble a little bit. Pair of snips. Just kind of bend one end, kind of flatten it off. And when you glue it, it'll actually glue pretty flat on there. So that's it, the Star-Lord gun. Yeah, like I said, it was really inexpensive to make, really easy to build. Few things that maybe I didn't mention, like the little piece on the end here. It's just a piece of aluminum tubing, whatever, that I cut on an angle and stuck on there. This is just a piece of plastic PVC. Yeah, you could totally just use a piece of PVC covered with some more of this metallic tape. But thanks again for everybody who commented last time and left suggestions. Feel free to leave more comments and more suggestions. I'm going to try and keep making these as long as I have the time. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys again real soon. Take care.